Ooh, it's almost spooky month. Welcome everybody. Hey, how are you all doing this wonderful evening? All right, let me just make sure I got the thing on. Yeah, okay, everything's good. All right, welcome one, welcome all. Why is there a Cody smile sign at my house? Oh, he went all the way out to your house to place a sign. He's been everywhere. Isn't that a song by God, who sung that? I've Been Everywhere, Man. Isn't that Johnny Cash? I may be misremembering. I don't know. At any rate, welcome, welcome. Show you that whole retail, Bob. Well, if you insist. I got all of it smoothed out except for exactly one patch, which is going to be done tonight, or by the end of the night. Whoa. Overall, I'm quite happy with how this is all turned out. Like, it was very wild and unpredictable there for a bit, but I got a lot of stuff done. This goes a lot smoother than I expected it to, you know? Hey, Snucksman. Hey, Retail Bob. Hey, June. Hey, Universon. Hey, Stone. Hey, Black Phoenix. Hey, who else? S-Man. Oh, yeah, S-Man had to leave. Ah, well. Them's the breaks. Uh-huh. Okay. Now then. The next thing to do after that is to slab over the top part here. I don't want to open up F3, but I've decided that this level of rock right here will be where I more or less... The floor will be on top of this, so I'm going to put slabs on top of this. Hey, yes, Universe, and I see your message, yes. I know, you're a Spawn Mason enthusiast. I get it. You don't have to tell me that every time. He keeps whispering me some sort of weird insider Spawn Mason jargon every time. It just... Like, what other impression am I supposed to get from that, you know? Like, clearly Universon's a Spawn Mason enthusiast. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just messing with you. That is not even remotely true. Don't read too deeply into that. That was a gag. Oh, but yeah. More Discord drama that made you annoyed. Oh, okay. I'm glad it's over. Well, try to stay out of that if you can. I don't know how easy it is to stay out of, but... Usually, if I'm involved in a drama of some kind, it's something that's, like, dumb. And so I just say, oh, that's dumb. And I try to not give it too much real estate in my mind. That's something a lot of people have to learn to do. When you have a problem, just try to not give it as much attention. Hey, Black Phoenix, how are you? Hey, Amion, welcome. Let's see now. Okay. So we're like right at the curve portion where it turns off. Which shouldn't be too bad. The only problem is I'm running out of brick. Like, this is almost all the end, or the, not end, the ancient city. Like, all the brick here that you're seeing, this is regular deep slate brick. This is like a bunch of, I don't know, it's like 80% of that ancient city. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Streaming now. I like to tell people, I guess. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, good. Well, you know, today's been going pretty well, all things considered. I haven't had a bad day or anything. I find bad days have become, as I've gotten older, bad days have become fewer and farther between. Being an adult and being able to control yourself. Being careful of how you get involved with people and what you say. It goes a long way toward curbing bad days. At least that's what I found. Oh boy, I think I may have to, trust us. He loves YouTubers. Yeah, sure. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have to, like, mine up some deep slate here in a bit. Oh no. Ooh. I had a nasty sneeze there. But yeah, I don't know. There's just this this priority that people have nowadays to vent every little thing they're thinking and feeling, and sometimes that just causes more trouble. Like, it's really hard to know where the line is. And to be fair, it's not something you can easily learn. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need more stuff. Oh, you're watching, Ashman. Welcome. Glad to hear it. Okay, I'm going to just mine up a bunch of deep slate because I need to. You do overreact. I was getting really annoyed because I was talking about a lot. Oh, well. If you're done emotionally with something, it's always best to not say anything more. Just end it. Just stop. Walk away and go do something else. Detox however you need to. And de-stress however you need to. Constructively. And just go from there. Test see stream delay. I don't think I've had, speaking of stream delay, the server, or not the server, my FPS, no, my ISP. Too many acronyms. Anyway, my ISP has been much nicer today. Exactly 4 seconds. Okay, cool. And it's much better when it comes to making things work. I don't know what my internet's deal was the last few days. And all of last week, too. It was bad last week as well. But thankfully, it seems to have stopped. Which is good. I'm happy when things work. I'm not happy when things don't work. And the reason things don't work is ambiguous at best. Your time zone is 3 a.m.? Holy shit, dude. I'm so sorry. I can't really, like, pick a better time than this. So no matter what time I do, it's always going to be someone's 3 or 4 a.m., you know? As unfortunate as that is. Can't be helped. 9:07 p.m. Ah, okay, so you're only an hour ahead of me. Oh god, I'm gonna sneeze again. I can feel it coming. I hate it. It burns my sinuses. I just know it's coming. But maybe I can stave it off. I don't know. A decent amount. I love the speed mine. Like, it's so weird with Grim. So many exploits have become viable again, like Fast Place. That shit was not doable for literal years. Packet flies of all kinds are back. We have speed mine. I've not been able to speed mine in years. Reach is back. That's weird. Free cam placement is back. That's even weirder. That's not been doable in over 10 years. Just like crazy stuff like that. It's nice, don't get me wrong, but like it's like the olden days, you know? What if everything suddenly you can't packet fly? It depends on what packet fly you're using and what client you have. But that's how there are people elytra hacking at absurd distances or absurd speeds. There are ways of doing that. I'm not going to say any more than that. Show me your packet fly. No. Sorry, no. But that's not important. All I'm saying is, it's like the olden days have returned out of nowhere. Like, that was a gag on The Simpsons, how this man thought, he was an old man, he thought he time traveled over 200 No, it's pretty fast. It was what, 300, I think? It was several hundred kilometers an hour. It's pretty fucking dope, but it isn't important. Don't worry about it, Ashman. I'm not going to tell you. buy future and get a future beta beta testing. Oh, god damn it. Server. There we go. Okay. Stone. You have future? Are you a beta tester? If you are, you're gonna have to go to the Discord. I can't answer anything. No? Ah, okay, then I can't help you. Okay. Come on. Something about speed mine does trip it up, though. That's annoying. Okay. How do you get beta? You gotta have somebody... There's a public 20... Oh, yeah, that's right. There is a 1.20.1 future... public future. You can try that, but I don't know that it'll have everything. I don't know what it does or doesn't do. Because I don't have the beta. Or rather, I have beta... Private beta. I don't need to do the public stuff. Oh my god. It has the essentials. Yeah, I figured it did, but... It doesn't say it would have every little exploit. Okay. We're almost full up. This is why I wanted to get through the deep slate layer. Is that I wanted all the good blocks to build with. But anyway, it's it feels a lot like, you know how in the olden days things costed way less money? There was this bit on The Simpsons where this guy was under the impression he traveled through time. And he was an old man, so he was like, give me a nickel of so much. How do you get beta tester future? You have to have a rep. You have to be proven. You have to know the right people, more or less. It's all the same stuff. Like, it's all click-based, Sorry if you're not able to do that. I can't help you otherwise, man. Okay. So we got 28. Okay, now we got 32. Damn. Need to mine up 32 more. I've been trawling on Dova Syndrome's website, or not website, but their YouTube page lately, trying to get more new stuff, more newer music. It's going okay. I feel like there are bits and pieces of good music you find here and there, and then stuff you don't find. Because it's no longer there. You got your old playlist from 2 years ago? Like right now, or in the future? People haven't heard those songs in a while? Well, that's the thing. There are 2 major playlists I have. The sort of cooler, lower energy music, and the higher energy, hotter music. And I'm playing the hotter energy playlist right now, because that's what I want to hear. But a lot of the songs from 2 years ago are in both one or the other playlist. So, like, if a song is a lower energy song, it's more relaxed, it's more cooler, something like that, it'll be on there. But like these playlists are hundreds of songs large. So, like, it cycles randomly. So I'm trying to find newer music to sort of fill it out and spruce things up and make a separate, newer playlist for, like, novelty's sake. But, I don't know. Dova Syndrome doesn't seem to have exactly the same people that it used to. So I'm not finding new stuff like I used to could. Good new stuff. It's very unfortunate. Have a nice stream? Okay, take care, Black Phoenix. Hour behind. Oh, hey, Amion. You're actually online. I'm shocked. Did you finally get priority like you said you would? I guess so, right? Oh yeah, I owe you a book, don't I? Speaking of books, I've already been to Spawn today to give somebody a book. I'll see if I can't get Alpha to come online later after stream, and he can load my Ender Pearl. And that will be how I get back here. I like being able to get here and get back in a timely manner. Got him. Oh, but anyway. I feel like I've been, I don't know, lacking in some way lately. Like, I haven't been making videos. I haven't had any sort of, like, inspiration. I've just been doing this day in and day out. Fixing this damn hole. Getting everybody, you know, more or less set up. Looking for map art. Although I did get a really good map art today. Early today. We'll see it. I want to finish off this bit. I may not have enough deep slate on my person to do it, but I will try. Okay. And yeah, I want to display this really awesome map art that I got. If you were in stream yesterday, you saw it already. Book can come whenever. Okay. Whomstediv. Well, anyway, I want to make a display spot for that particular map art. It's big, like absurdly large. So it's going to be a bit of a pain to get, like, everything placed just right, but it should be all right, yeah. Come over from a book as well, Eddie? Maybe. Is it The Girl with the Wings, Chief? You got it. I was able to secure a copy from Franknificent himself. I'm very happy he decided to give me that. Went out of his way to get it and everything. It's so based. I cannot wait. But anyway, so something I wanted to like do for a little while. I've been tussling with this idea. I guess I'll come out and say it. A lot of people lately, I've noticed, especially lately, have been coming to me to like vent their problems and, you know, to talk about stuff. A lot of them I can't really help. But it kind of like occurred to me. People like hearing what I have to say. For some reason. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with me, or with you wanting to tell me your problems. Meet up now? No, I can't right now, man. I wanna finish this before I tear myself away and go do something else. But anyway, so people have... Apparently, a lot of you all have problems. Where am I at? I'm at my base, Ashman. Don't worry about it. Anyway. So, if you guys have issues, I guess now on stream is like one of the best times, kind of. Yeah, sure, whatever. Anyway, so, like, I guess I'll just open up... I'll open up the floor for, like, life advice, basically. If you got a problem, feel free to just shoot it at me right now. And I'll try to give you as good of a resolution to your issue as possible. Ah, skeletons, I hate them. Die. Frank collects everything, even NSFW map art. I know. Frank's a really good collector. My cat is tearing up papers over on my left. It's very weird to hear that. I mean, you have a nice, calm, soothing voice. That's probably why. I guess. I don't know. This has always been my voice. I've never thought about that. Pop-Pop gets high on drugs and fucking no-scopes JFK. You don't have any problems right now, June. Well, that's good. Okay. Well, apart from the regulars who often do have problems, but for some reason this time doesn't. Or it's not problems they care to talk about, which is understandable. Anybody who has, like, any problems they care to share, or something that's been weighing on their mind, you know, I'm happy to give whatever bits of help I can. It's, honestly, coming up with subjects to talk about has always been my weak suit. I've always been very bad at that. Oh, and also here are all the people online. Good lord, there are a bunch. Vincent Enjoyer. Oh, Sal C1. I see. I recognize them. Those people are all using Future. Anyway, Tristan was on Constantium. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's not really a problem per se, but yeah. Nerd shit. No, I don't want to talk about nerd shit right now. How many people should you give your credit card to before you stop? Probably none of them, reasonably. But if you want to, like, mess with someone, give them an old expired credit card. Got any good tips for conflict mediation? Ah, now that's an actually good idea. So conflicts, they often arise between those who don't understand each other. You have to understand what someone is after, what their ultimate goal is for a conflict resolution of any kind to really be effective. Some people are antagonistic, like, for example, Tristan. Some people are just that way, simply because they view you as prey. They view you as weak, they feel like they can get away with it, something like that. People like that don't care. They don't care about other people. They aren't really concerned with how you view them. And so you have to assess whether or not this person you're in conflict with is even someone you can get through to in the first place. But let's assume you can. Okay, let's assume maybe they're just a friend and they're upset. Sometimes you have to just appease whatever feeling they're feeling and let it pass. Or give them, you know, narcissist plus 2BT's worst combo. Exactly. There are a lot of those on here. 2B2T has always attracted narcissistic types, as unfortunate as it is. And I see why. There's nothing to check them on here. Because there are no rules. There are no societal expectations. So they don't have to give a shit. In their minds, anyway. Now, you probably should, just because that's how you make friends, you make connections, you get places, you accomplish things. Those events don't happen in a vacuum. Like the amount of dupes and exploits that I've been privy to, I would have had no chance of using if I had not gotten along with people. And it isn't a get along with people in terms of, like, using them, but, like, mutual cooperation. There's a spirit of mutual cooperation if you're willing to give it. And unfortunately, that does mean that you have to show your vulnerability to people if you're cooperating. And there's an element of people out there who view any sort of weakness or any vulnerability as weakness. Any sort of exposure of any kind should be exploited. And that's the kind of vibe that I got from Tristan and from others like Pop Bob. If you are vulnerable, you can be and should be exploited. In a weird sort of way, this is something I've been mulling over and thinking about for the last several weeks. The nature of good and evil. And what divides them. What separates good from evil. And I think I've figured it out. In a weird sort of way. It has to do with personal agency. You've got people who more or less reject the personal agency of others. They don't care. They don't recognize it. It doesn't matter to them. The choices that other people make are irrelevant. And that also means that their accomplishments, their property, the things they want, the things they are, that kind of gives them carte blanche to just run over them. And so there's this acceptance or this denial of the personal agency of others. And that it always gives rise to evil if you deny it, and the acceptance of it tends to give rise to gooder, better things. Gooder is not a word, but you get what I mean. Is that nerdy enough for you, Universal? I hope not. I hope you're starving for nerdy shit. But no, there's not a lot of nerd shit going on lately. Both Nerds Inc. and scientific stuff. Okay. I have a bunch of cracked stone brick. What the fuck? Oh, my search got triggered. So yeah, when you're trying to figure out what someone is after, you have to understand what temperament they have and what their perspective on other people is. And it goes back to that acceptance or denial of personal agency of others. People who deny it will not have a temperament you can easily get along with. Most likely. Okay. Diorite. It's diorite. Here we go. Alright. Whoa. I'm trying to keep this area up here lit. Mobs are going to be a nightmare. You gotta go, Cop Raider? Okay. Take care. Enjoy doing homework. Evil, you say? Yeah, more or less. The hole is almost done, yeah. It's weird. Having it almost done after only 2 or 3 weeks of work is... I don't know, obviously I could have gotten more done if I had a certain someone helping me. But that certain someone almost never does, so... I can't realistically be too upset. Damn, this one ancient city is almost exhausted. That's crazy. Okay. Dump excess cobble. Slime. Oops. I still find it annoying we can't interact with the smithing table. Still not gotten that fixed, Ox. I had hoped he would, but guess not. Oh, my sponge. Forgot. I was using sponge to try to drain out some of the bottom bits. There we go. You smith it load in 1.9. Yeah, I know. But I don't want to. I want to use future because it's, it is where it is. Developmentally, it's still very solid. So I have no reason not to use it. I don't need to use the smithing table at the moment. I'm just saying in general. Whoa, what the fuck? Frame rate? Why? Let's try 32 instead. There we go, much better. I guess I was loading too many chunks at once. Client don't like that sometimes. Okay. I really wanted to like push this entire area down to like -10 or -20. But like the more I look at this whole place, it's just so deep. And there's just so much water, it's just not feasible. Not without another month of work, and I don't want to do that. I want to get shaping more and more of the place. Though I imagine over time I probably would mine out this whole area eventually, so I don't know. Via version mod to use the smithing table. I'm using Via Fabric. That should maybe do it. I don't know if it's like foolproof or not. Oh, it's just regular gold. I'm also trying to put together a minor project in the background that I had once upon a time. Back in 2020, I amassed a 27. I think I still have it on an alt. A 27 shulker box set of 1 stack of every item in the game. Every unique item. And I think I had it all alphabetically listed or something. It was like one of the last things I did at Space Valk before quitting. And it got really out of hand. And that was by the time, by that point we had 1.14. And so I was like, well, here's all the 1.14 items. Can I get everything? But now we've got all the way up to 1.19. So yeah, I was prepared for a dupe. So now I guess at some point when this base has really taken off, I do kind of want to get enough items to like prep for a dupe when one inevitably shows up. And I know I said I didn't want to like dupe items. I still don't, at least not right now. But I know I will change my attitude eventually. I will eventually want to have really good stuff. And I want to like, I'm not saying I want to put a stash here. Just that I want to have stuff to make this place really cool. Mostly just the common building blocks. It would save me trouble doing this. Having to chew away at deep slate for however much time. Got any good tips for amateur builders seeing things in blocks? How do you conceptualize a building and tools beyond slapping blocks together? Oh boy. So I've answered that one a long time ago. I guess I should probably answer it every period, so often, periodically. It's funny. I've long since written out a very formal way to tackle how to build. Maybe I should make a YouTube short or some shit at some point. I get lazy when it comes to stuff like that. All right. So the first thing you do, let me find my sticky note because I wrote this out years ago. Yeah, here it is. Okay. First thing I do is I set a palette of blocks. I try to not deviate too broadly from that palette. But you can deviate from your palette of blocks if you wish. It's not set in stone. It's not absolutely hard. You don't have to, like, stick to it with the force of Sharia law. You can allow yourself the ability to deviate. Sharia law is very ironclad for those of you who don't know. You're not allowed to change anything about it. And it does help to occasionally deviate. But you can kind of like say, okay, I'm going to make up a rule set for how my base will function. And for how the aesthetic of my base will come together. A lot of what you do will heavily depend on how tightly you stick to that aesthetic. And your set of rules, how closely you follow them. And knowing when to deviate from that set of rules is just as important. So like, for example, all of this is deep slate. It's a very sort of ancient city flavored area. Like up here in this corner, I have cracked deep slate brick next to the deep slate brick. But for the rest of this, it's just straight deep slate brick. I'm going to change it. I'm not going to keep all of this deep slate brick. I'm going to, you know, spruce it up here and there. I'm going to change it up. And speaking of changing it up, that brings me to my second point. Geometry. Part of having a really interesting build is having geometry change. And the best way we have to do that is with cracked, as well as slabs and stairs, as well as walls. So, how many of you watch Hermitcraft? For those of you who watch Hermitcraft, there's a really big event going on right now. It's the decked out mini game that they're playing. And I've been watching pretty much anybody play that mini game. It's really addictive. It's really cool. But the design of the dungeon that the people have to run through is really wild, varied, and very diverse. Every nook and cranny is decorated. And a big part of that is the geometry of the blocks used. There are walls, there are slabs, there are stairs, there are, all sorts of things like that being used at all points throughout. No hallway is just a straight 2x3, for example. It's all, it deviates. It's bumpy. It's rigid. It doesn't stick to one path too strongly. But it's still a solid path. Like there are very definitive paths forward, and there are seemingly dead ends. There are curving, winding paths, things like that. And geometry helps to really give a build a life all its own. And so how well you will stick to the geometry of whatever block you're messing with, that's going to affect how your build is viewed. Sorry. I have to drink every now and then. But yeah, you've got to learn to sort of change it up. Now, obviously, I realize, there are large, broad sections of wall that you're looking at right now. That's boring. I don't want to keep it this way. But I do want to set it down to sort of have a very rough outline of where I want things to be. You can leave things bumpy with a texture like this. But I find that, this bumpy texture of the wall behind here, this was made by TNT. That's sort of like an accident, I find if you make things intentionally, you get a lot more out of it. It's not just, put something here. Like, there is some thought put into it, but it's not a lot of thought. Simply because a large area with a lot of imperfections over a large span of space, it really speaks for itself. And a lot of what you do will kind of paint a picture. You don't have to worry about the small stuff too much. I find it's very interesting to start with a flat, broad area and then diversify it, Some bits of this, even though I'm going through the trouble of digging up all of this deep slate, some bits of this wall may not say deep slate. I might change it. I might change it to blackstone. It depends on how I feel. But that is an idea that I want to make use of. It's all about knowing, how you want to change things up. And best making use of the palette that you have chosen. And then location. Location is very important because obviously the biome you're in will affect leaf, block, grass, coloration. It'll affect watercolor. It does a lot. It has a lot of a background sort of appeal to it. You really want to make your biome location, like if you're building using, a mountain range as your background, something like that. You want to build with all of this in mind. Get it to where it's going to reinforce the idea of whatever base you're doing. And then that does, of course, bring us to, well, what are you going to build? Are you going to build a castle? Are you going to build a village? Are you going to build, some sort of mixture of the two, maybe? What exactly are you going for? That's a lot harder to pin down because everybody sort of wants to make different things. No two people are going for the exact same aesthetic. So here, I'm going for a sort of ancient city-esque design with a huge sort of like, not medieval, but sort of like fantastical, almost like Space Valk. Because like I view Space Valk as a sort of medieval, fantastical fantasy element. I always try to sort of throw in some sort of ethereal atmosphere to whatever it is I'm making. I want it to feel like it couldn't exist in the real world, but it gives you a feeling of this far-off, crazy place. It's a really hard feeling to put into words. You would live there if you would find it, but it's almost storybook-esque. You're not going to reasonably see something like this happen in real life. Guess that's the right way to put it. It's fantastical, it's larger than life, it feels almost ethereal or otherworldly. Guess that's another good way to put it. That's the feeling that I'm going for. So when I make stuff, I want to have that feeling be captured in what I make. Another really big source of inspiration I take is from video games, obviously. Video games have these really sort of otherworldly styled locations to them. Things you, again, would not find in real life. And there's just this element to fantastical architecture. And I don't just mean fantasy like sword and sorcery, but I mean like stuff you cannot get. Even if you had all the money in the world, you wouldn't be able to make this no matter what, no matter how hard you tried. Gravity would bring down the building. Floating stuff. This sort of, like, the only way you could reasonably make this is with either really strong electromagnets or literal magic. And I really love that approach to how buildings look. There's this solid, grounded style of building that a lot of people like. These are your medieval castles, your villages, your underground, whatever, things like that. And those are fine. And those can be really dope. Just earlier today, I got curious, and I was putting around the Hypixel lobby just to see what it looked like, because I hadn't really given it much thought. How did Hypixel change their lobby this season? Hypixel can get some really good shit, and it's just a matter of figuring out what feeling you wish to accomplish, what you want to evoke in the target, and then how do you best express that. And your location can have a lot to do with that. So for me, I'm using the ocean. The warm ocean has this nice turquoise-looking water. It feels very tropical paradise. You know what I mean? The coral obviously helps. I kind of want to evoke the same feeling as the Drain originally did. It was this big, futuristic sort of a civilization founded in some very bizarre place, which was a hole in the ocean. That's not something you could find. At least not normally. I'm sure we could maybe make something like that in real life, but it would not be a cheap endeavor. A hole in the ocean, like, imagine how much work that would be. If you had the money to, I don't even know how you'd go about doing that. Hole in the ocean would be so much time, effort, resources, like, I could see that really quickly falling apart too, because it would always be fighting against, you know, the pressure of the water from the rest of the ocean. You would always have to be maintaining it. Like, it wouldn't work in real life. You'd be wasting billions of dollars a day to make that type of a build last. And yet in real life, in Minecraft, you can get away with that without having to adhere to real life boundaries. That helps to kind of push the feeling, you know? I heard a long time ago this really good piece of advice that people will never forget how you make them feel. And people can make people feel certain ways, but places can too, as can experiences. And yeah, I hope that this base will be something like that. I guess in a way, it's a matter of a good build will figure out a way to make the overall building, the overall experience, transcend the sum of its parts. You know, it's more than just a collection of deep slate brick. You know, it's an overarching experience, a feeling that you get when you see it. That's more or less the theory as I have figured it out for myself. Because a lot of this stuff is stuff that I've had to teach myself. No one told me about this stuff. Nobody had these ideas and put them down in a video essay. I watch a lot of video essays. Nobody had those thoughts in a Minecraft video and then they were like, yeah, you should do this, or then this, and then this. No. It was something that I've more or less just decided for myself. This is the right way to do it. This is the wrong way to do it. So yeah, there is a lot that goes into learning how to build. A lot more than you might think. It's more than just slapping blocks together, even though I know I say that. My designing process is very just by the seat of my pants. I don't plan too much. I do plan, but not to the degree that a lot of people must think I plan. I enjoy just sort of letting things happen, you know? A lot of life is like that. You will learn to sort of surf the waves as they come to you. You can figure out how to make things work for you, figure out how to make your life and your dreams happen. And you will probably spend a lot of your life doing that, working at making your dreams happen. But I find that I find that a lot of what you will do will also just be How do I figure out how to surf the wave? Surf the Kali Yuga, as they say. It's not always about how can I push things to their limit. Sometimes it's a measure of how do I let it work for me? How do I let it become my uplifting, my updraft? You know, this is something a lot of people are not familiar with, or maybe this isn't something you think about, but migratory birds, the number one mechanism by which they migrate is not by flight. It's gliding. Now, obviously, migratory birds can fly, and they do fly. But what they will do is a lot like with elytra. This is something I discovered on my way out here on the test map, or the pre-reset. And that was, somebody had a brilliant idea. They said, use rockets and fly up a few hundred blocks to 1,000 or so blocks. And then just point yourself in the direction of where you're going and glide gradually pointing down, and you'll slowly make it. Well, as it turns out in real life, migratory birds basically do that same thing. They surf the updrafts of warm air over the oceans, and they figure out how to get to their destination. And realistically, migratory birds are small. They don't have a whole lot of power to get themselves to wherever it is they're going the hard way. They have to allow nature to work for them. And I find there's a lot in life that is similar. Your brute force and your energy might be necessary to get things started, but that's just to get the ball rolling. You may also find that your hard work and effort will not do very much in the grand scheme of things, and that it is letting things sort of snowball, get to their own natural conclusion on their own. There's a lot of that. And some of building is that way too. You will set yourself a goal. Short bid would be money. Maybe. We'll see. I might give that some effort, some genuine effort. But I feel like a lot of my ideas require greater explanation than what I could do in a short. I hate shorts. I absolutely cannot stand shorts. They cannot convey an idea well. They convey ideas for the Zoomer brain, but they can't really truly make an idea. They can't give it its due justice. You know what I mean? It's in and out. But you do have to be patient and give an idea room to breathe. I don't know. Maybe I'm too old and stuck in my ways to be able to effectively make shorts. I want to say you're a decent builder, but not the best. Any tips to become better? Bettering yourself is another kettle of fish entirely. Hold on one moment. Tea break. I need to drink. Okay. So, getting better is about identifying what you lack and how to best meet your deficiencies. So the first step you have to take is, of course, identifying those deficiencies. For example, I'm very bad about getting bogged down in detail, but kind of missing the overall idea of what I was going for. Nowhere is that better than the city on Space Valk 3. I kind of got this big overarching city in my mind, and then I just gradually set about doing small details, but then I realized that the city itself would take 5 more years if all I did was plot away at small detail. And so I had to shift focus from small detail to the larger details. And it gets really, like... It gets really overwhelming. So, one of the big things I had to do is just learn to just cut it off and be done. There comes a point where you've got to just be finished with something, because you will always have a next thing you could do. Or, well, I could add that. Or I could do this. Or I could go there. That's fine, but you'll never be done. There comes a time where you have to be done with things. And so I've learned to just sort of get to the point where I'm satisfied enough with something. But that's just me. That's just my weakness that I can immediately think of. So, like, you have to know yourself really well. What are your weaknesses? Well, you won't know what your weaknesses are if you're not willing to honestly take a look at yourself and go, okay, this is what I excel at. This is what I'm bad at. How can I best mediate the two? Where do I go to bridge the connection? How can I bridge the gap? And yeah, like that's a huge undertaking. Most people aren't good at it, myself included. Okay, I don't need the carrot. I don't need the sand. I guess I don't need the cobble. I'm just gonna mine more bits until we get done. Fantastic, thank you. Feeling isn't something I had considered, but that's a really good point. Would kind of set the core of the whole thing. Yes, exactly. Oh, shit, I didn't turn on speed. Speedy slice. Speedy slice my way through these rocks. A vid would definitely be better. Okay, good. I will try to make some sort of a video. I've been also meaning to get into using DaVinci Resolve for editing. And so that would be a good excuse to learn more about how to do stuff in that particular, in that particular piece of software. Just grab that gold. I want to turn this gold into carrots. I'm actually kind of beginning to run out of golden carrots again. Oh man, I can't wait till we have a working base. Uh-oh. My other kitty is whining now. I think he's lonely. I'm currently alone at my own house for the first time in a very long time. So the cats are kind of restless because there's usually activity and there's nobody around anymore right now. So it's very kind of like eerie. But I'm kind of all right with that. But my cats are used to activity and hubbub and humdrum and stuff. It's a very weird feeling to go from noisy, loud activity, people watching TV or laughing at something or whatever, and now it's eerie, empty, silent in your house, where it normally wouldn't be. Not a bad thing, just strange. Not what I'm used to. Jack, I think I found your base. Okay, Lily. Well, if you found my base, come by and say hi. But, do it off stream and be quiet about it. Anyway, and so yeah, there's a quiet home is best. Yeah, it's not bad, but I miss the humdrum. I miss the activity. Not having it when you're used to it is also weird. I love quiet and I love solitude. But I also like activity, and I like being around people, too. So, I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, my poor little boy, he's running around just going, ow, ow. As though there are other people around to answer him. It's just not the case. Oh, here he comes. What do you want, Dallas? Huh? I'm not letting you out. It's 9 at night. You will disappear. He'll disappear until the wee hours of the morning, and then I'll have to stay up to find him. No, thank you. I want to go to bed tonight. You silly cat. He has that selfish way about him. He'll go out and explore in the woods for hours on end. Hey, get away from here. Don't instigate a fight. Poor Ellie is just sitting there. He yearns for what he cannot find, exactly. Not knowing where he is or why. Well, he knows where he is, but I mean, not knowing why things are the way they are. Poor kitty. He's just a poor little boy. Oh, shit. 2v2t. It's doing it again. It's catching me. It does this whenever I speed mine too much. The law is coming for me. Oh my god, I literally cannot fucking move. I hate this. Damn it. I was hoping, like... it would allow me to, like, scoot over somewhat? I guess not. Yeah, wow, I'm, like, stuck in midair. Or mid-water or something. Crazy. I hate that. I hate that so much. I wish the server would stop it. Yeah, but it's not my kill aura. It's speed mine. I'm not using kill aura. I'm not even attacking anything, so... But yeah, I know if you use kill aura, the server penalizes you for being too badass. Now, I'm in the middle of trying to collect one of everything, so I'm trying to collect all the ores, both their regular and their deep slate variants. I don't know that I'll ever make use of them. And in fact, having them may just be a waste of space. But who knows? I like to pretend that I'll have a use for it all someday. Okay. I figure we're probably one big haul of deep slate away from finishing the walls. One more giant plastering. Actually, this much might... No, I would say it's another full inventory in addition to this one will probably finish all this up. But I don't know, I could be wrong. I've never been good at estimating the amount of blocks I need to do something. We humans are notoriously awful at figuring out what our base needs are, resources-wise. Like, if I need 100 blocks to do something, I'll say, probably 50 is fine. And be terribly wrong. I really wish that that wasn't the case, that we humans were not so bad at that task, but sadly. Maybe one day we'll have robots or nanobots or something living in our brains, interfacing with our neurons and telling us the solutions to all of our math problems. That would actually be really fucking cool. Really easy to abuse, I'm sure. It would suck. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't think it would suck because it would just become like the smartphone, but in your brain. It would get to the point where people are so used to it, they would not know how to live without it. Dystopia corpos would make mandatory ads every 30 minutes. And there would... Shut up! Shut up, Dallas. I know. You can't do it. No. Okay, fine, whatever. Damn, he mad. Anyway, and there would be people who would make stuff to combat that. I'm pretty sure ads would be... you would not be able to advertise... Get out of here if you're so mad then. He's hissing at Ellie. She's just laying over there quietly. Okay. Calm down. Calm down. Hush. I'm gonna kick you out of my room if you're gonna get mad. No. My God, he wants to go out so badly. And then he's seeing Ellie and he's getting all... Alright, fine then. She was here before you. Hush. Okay, go. I'll deal with you later. Good Lord. Fucking drama queen. That cat. Anyway. Yeah, he was very angry. Okay. We're back. Sorry. Momentary dip. I don't know why. It just decided your connection is terminated. The big corpos knew I was talking about them. Anyway, and yeah, if we had all like nanobots in our brains, I don't think you'd be able by law to advertise to people using that as a method. I'm fairly certain that would be highly illegal because it would be intrusive. And there are laws against intrusive ads. Maybe not on the normal channels that we're used to. Like on the internet, we're used to relentless ads. So I don't know. It does sound like it would be ripe for abuse. I agree. But I'm fairly certain we would find ways to, like, keep it from getting too out of hand. It would take time, though. I'm fairly certain that's where the smartphone is going, though. Brain implant of some kind. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on how responsible are you going to be. If you had a smartphone in your brain, would you be an absolute, you know, mush-brained fool, or would you actually be quite adept at it? I don't know. It's weird. But, like, that's an interesting idea. Hopefully Dallas is calmed the fuck down now. Oh, and thank you for subscribing. I heard the sub noise, but I did not get to see it in time. I'm so sorry. Thank you for subscribing, though. Where is it? No. Fuck. There we go. 1 out of 5. I'm so bad at, like, keeping track of that. Maybe I should just have the little thing that points at my current subscriber count and be all like, yeah, welcome, one more to the pile, I guess. What's good about the turtle helmet? It allows you to breathe underwater for 10 seconds after you submerge in water. So you can get respiration on it, and then you can... Actually, come to think of it, I should probably be using my turtle helmet. Let's throw that down for a second. That's not enchanted. There it is. My regal turtle helmet. Yeah. Okay. So it's got all the same junk. You know, aqua affinity, mending, protection, respiration, all that. But the upside is you get the ability... you have perpetual water breathing for 10 seconds. So whenever you dive into water, the water breathing counts down. Now, I have conduit power, so that's not going to matter. But out in the big bad ocean, you know, you don't have that option. So it'll help you to sort of last longer underwater if you're exploring, draining stuff, and so on. I invested in a bunch of conduits really, really early on to make stuff work better, basically. Because I knew that it would be important to have that. You used chunk base, found the biome, then found my base. Or, I don't know. I don't think it's that simple. Like, 2B2T's world generation and algorithm and its seed are completely different now. You'll have to show me. Private message me it, Lily. If you really have it, message it to me on Discord. Anyway, the clue is the coral reef, ocean 1 plus... Oh, well, I mean... That could be anything, man. 2B2T's generation has changed. So I don't think it's quite what you think it is, but whatever. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. Final stretch. Just a little bit here, a little bit there, and we'll have it all wrapped up. I'm going to make a... I don't have enough stuff yet. Need to go here, need to go there. Okay. I'm going to make a... damn it. There we go. A base, sort of a baseboard of blocks around the bottom here. Seed is that? Yeah, but the seed's not... Never mind. Don't worry about it, Lily. It's not that important. Okay. Now then, I kind of want a sort of solid baseboard of blocks around this bottom portion here. That will help me build up right here. That'll help me fill in this patch. That should more or less do it. Wow. Oh, my Endermite died. No. Oh, whatever will I do? Poor bastard fell to its death. Okay. So it goes in 2 blocks. Oh shit. No. Turn off the brake. 2 there, 2 there. Oh, hey Mike, how are you? Hadn't seen you in a hot minute. In stream, I mean. General MacArthur. I don't quite know what your obsession with that is, but like, sure, I guess. I swear to God, every time I hear mobs on my stream, you do a double take. Ah! I'm so sorry, man. I don't mean to make you paranoid, but Lamau. Now, just because you're on a mushroom island doesn't mean you are safe from mobs. You will run into mobs on the edges where the mushroom meets, you know, ocean. And you will have to worry about them pathfinding in and invading. So if you build out over the ocean in any way, you will have trouble. Mobs spawn, like, right on top of you now. Like, our auto-fishing account got killed by a pufferfish, which, as it turns out, pufferfish are hostile mobs. I had no idea. But, yeah, that unfortunately happened. And it led to, we were like, how on earth did he die to a pufferfish? Well, as it turns out, the little box that we had set aside for, you know, the auto-fishing, it was just shallow enough to allow for a pufferfish to spawn under the new conditions. Because mobs now spawn closer to players. One of the many wonderful changes our Lord and God, House Bastard, decided to bestow upon us. Oh, he was a badass man. That's why you're interested. Okay, whatever. Anyway, and yeah, that's why we've unfortunately got that risk to worry about. So, like, expect drowned on your shores a lot, Universal. Like, The number of trident-wielding drowned I've run into in the last week is genuinely amazing. I think it's because the local difficulty is also high now. It just gets to the point where it's like, damn. You can't swim out through the, or fly low over the ocean without one of them trying to take a pot shot at you. I don't dare go AFK around here near the edges because, like, there are dark spots in here where drowned can spawn. And if I'm, like, AFK over here or something, or if I'm AFK on an edge, they'll fucking snipe you off after an hour or so. It's really bad. So yeah, like the mobs are, even if you're in a biome like a mushroom island where you don't really worry about them so much, you still have to worry. Just a little bit. You still got to do some foolproofing. But it's not that bad. Okay, so it's 4, 3. Let me get some little blocks here to act as scaffolding. Cool. 4, 3, 3. There we go. 4, 3, 3. And then it's 2, 2, 2, 2. All the way over to here. Shit. Okay. All right, we got a nice setup area, staging area. All right, let's shear off this last section of material and make this wall my bitch. Despite the odds, despite all the troubles, more or less we've made it. Praise be, yes. During the Korean War, he was the main man to charge in shit right when he used the... Oh, okay. Interesting. Did not know that. Although your American president faces the banknotes, even better. Oh, okay. Yeah, you love having money, I get it. Is General MacArthur on a banknote? I don't think he is he? I'm pretty sure he's not. Okay. I know there are some non-presidents who are on banknotes. Rare though that may be. Ben Franklin being one of them. God, I hate skeletons. Okay. One final section. Honestly, the skeleton's the worst fucking mob. Okay. Almost got it. Alright then. Hey, have I heard of other games like Geometry Dash and Roblox? Yes, I have heard of other games like Geometry Dash and Roblox. I don't want to play Roblox. And I don't really care about Geometry Dash, as I was too old by the time that game came out. If I had been, like, in my late to early teens... If I had been maybe, hell, maybe even in the single digits, a game like Geometry Dash might have appealed to me. but I was just not the right age bracket for it. That's how it goes, you know? Some games, some TV shows, some things you're just introduced to and you're too old. And you don't care. Oh, damn it. But that's alright. I'll live a free and full life regardless of all of that. Huh? Fuck off. I just skipped some lines. Yes, I know I did, but I get the gist of what you're saying, Mike. Probably with a big-ass pipe on it. Yeah. That's a cool image to see. Some big figurehead. Some old historical figure with a pipe in their mouth. And that be their face on the banknote. That'd be pretty cool, actually. But I bet they would say it endorses smoking, and they'd be all like, no! At least you're pro at building in one game, which is Minecraft. I mean, I don't really care about what Roblox has to offer. Roblox feels too disjointed. Roblox doesn't feel like a game in the same way Minecraft feels like a game. That could just be my opinion. Which is fine. Jack, bore these nerds with nerd shit. No, I don't want to right now. It's easier to build in Minecraft. Yeah, of course it is. It's a much simpler, much more straightforward system that just knows how to do it right. Roblox probably didn't quite... They didn't have their hands on how the theory's supposed to work. Because, you know, they were probably just coders, game makers, not necessarily someone who dabbles in any sort of creation. Artistic creation, I mean. Here we go. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need a few more stacks of deep slate to get all of this fully caught up. But, yeah, wow, this is the last tiny little section. Oh, man, that looks so good. Especially with the sunset shaders. Okay, I'm gonna patch this part because it's leaking water everywhere and that's annoying. Maybe I can finish before the sun sets. No, not quite. Water is making it so much more annoying to place. There we go. Get out of here. Love nerd shit? Okay, I know you do. Fine. Let's, what's a good nerdy subject? I guess I've already talked about cell phones and chips in the brain. And yeah, I know everybody's kind of like weirded out by that idea. I still say it's going to happen and it'll be ubiquitous. I actually wouldn't even mind doing it as long as it was safe. And it makes me like not forget things as easily, and I can more clearly remember memories and events and things to do and so on. Like, that's the worst is, oh, I came into this room for something. What was it? That is the single worst part about getting older is having your memory lose its sharpness. I'm sure there are other worse things to have, but that's the one that really pisses me off. Okay. Almost there, almost there. Then again, chip in the brain or some sort of, computer something or another in the brain, that may not actually be as feasible as everybody thinks. Because, one thing about that is that what do you do with waste heat? Has your phone gotten hot on you before? Well, if you've got anything even remotely high process or high impact, high performance, where's that waste heat go if it's in your brain? What do? You fry your brain? Because your brain has to operate at a very, very specific temperature. So, part of me is like, this may not be doable. At least not to the degree everybody thinks. It might just take a different form. Elon's working on it, yeah, I know. Would I trust Microsoft with it? God, no. What I would trust is some sort of well-vetted and well-regulated piece of software that I could be certain has no ulterior motive. And that I have the freedom to install and uninstall at my own, leisure. So that I'm not a slave to anything and I'm not locked into, some dumb contract for X amount of days, months, years, whatever. But it just depends. I'm not sure things are going to go that way. In a way that everybody thinks. Open source would be the only way to go for that. Yeah, probably. We'll see. The only way to know for sure is to just let people have a crack at it. But there's so much about the brain that we're not that good at getting. We're not there yet. I feel like fixing some sort of element of the human body, figuring out how to extend lifespan or figuring out how to beat diseases, cancer, and so on, that's probably a better use of our time right now. Tinkering with crap in our brains is probably just that's best left to someone who doesn't have to worry as much about killing themselves doing it, because we know the brain better than that. I don't trust us right now. We're not there from a biological standpoint. We aren't ready to delve around in the human brain and keep people alive and keep them from going nuts. Because there's so much you can mess with on accident in the brain. Oh no, we got caught in the riptide. Well, no, the downward pull of the current. Minecraft Live's October 15th. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they'll do with that. I don't trust them to not ruin things again. But we'll see. Maybe they'll do a good update this time. An end update. Hint, hint, wing, wing, nudge. Come on. This is the perfect time for an end update, Mojang. Several lackluster updates sat back to back. New mobs no one asked for, yep. New mobs no one cares for or asked about. That is, unfortunately, the common trend. I wonder if we will actually have an interesting, useful mob ever for the mob vote. Or do you think they'll even bother because everybody got so heated under the collar? Like the Copper Golem, Tough Golem. Like everybody was at each other's throats after that. So like, do you think they'll be all like, no, they can't vote. We can't give people the vote. They'll screw it up. They'll yell at each other on Reddit again. Okay. Now here's the question. Is 4 stacks of blocks enough to fix that gap? I think it is. But first, I want to get rid of this. Okay. Might be done with the wall in the next 5 minutes. Depending on how well I assessed. Wow, that looks so weird seeing how uniform it all is now. It's beautiful, but it's weird. Okay. One more segment left. Yeah, we may have enough. All right. It's almost done. 10 years in game could be 10 minutes IRL. People just had to hack and held MGM casinos hostage. Fuck a brain chip. Oh no. Oh wow. I did not know that. Well, maybe it wouldn't have internet access. Maybe it would be like, I don't know. I would like to think all it would do is enhance your faculties somewhat. But that could be grossly wrong. All right. Okay, I think I estimated more or less right where I needed to be. Bam. Oh, whoops. All right, that is one finalized wall section. Oh yeah, also, I meant to put water streams here. Damn it. All right. God, that's so bright, but like, that's the sun's fault. But yeah, wow. Damn, dude. Several weeks of work, and here we are. I think this is a good shot. Okay, now I want to stylize the outside, the part that's actually in the ocean. And then I gotta make the floor as well. Slab everything off so that no mobs spawn. I think it's looking pretty good. I used to trash the glow squid mob to your advantage, which made a tinted glass path and water glow squid underneath, making a space particle ambiance feel. Ooh, that is a really cool idea, Super Zatak. Holy shit. I might do that. Oh my god, that is awesome. If I could love a comment, and that would actually stick around to the next stream or something. Damn, dude, that is awesome. The trash glow squid mob to your advantage, in which I made a tinted glass path with water and glow squids living underneath to make a space particle ambient feel. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do that then. Possibly in a ring around the inside somewhere. I don't know, we'll see. I do have a bunch of glow squid spawning down under there, because like down in there is just like perfect for, you know, it's dark, it's underwater, it's below a certain Y level, like it matches. Damn. That's dope. Okay. Now, I got a lot of deep slate stuff. Let's use deep slate tile for slabs. And then I'll change up the material types here and there. And then this innermost section is all going to be filled in. I'm not draining this out. I'm going to extend the sort of wall pattern down like that, make it look like this on all sides, and then fill all of this in and then build stuff on top of it. I think that's going to be cool. And then down here, we'll have a way down safely. You know, things like that. Okay. Polish that diorite. I do want to use polished diorite and andesite. Okay. Let's get all this out of my inventory. Oh, that reminds me. I need to check the, speaking of maps, I need to check the 2B2T times. I haven't seen what that's doing. I like the 2B2T times. That's such a cool idea. We used to have the 2B2T newspaper, but then Spikane, the guy who made the newspaper, just never updated it. He made it like 2 or 3 times, and that was the end of it. He got bored, I guess. He quit the server not long after that. And well, we just never had anyone do anything like that again. The idea alone tells you you're about to, that you're a noob at building. Oh, okay. Alright. Deep slate tile. Deep slate tile. Deep slate tile. Oh, these are all cracked deep slate tiles. Interesting. Cracked brick. I've got to change out some of these bits here. That's just like regular brick. And I've got to change it out and make it look like this, where it's got more cracked features running throughout it. So that'll help spread it out and make it not look all the exact same. Give it a little bit of a texture variant. Oh, what can we do with this? So we can make slabs, make the stairs, right? Okay. One thing I want to do is stair all the way around. Oh, we had stairs already. Ah, tile slab. Tile stairs, tile slab. Let's throw that one in there. I'm using X carry to treat my crafting table as an additional 4 bits of stuff that I can mess with. Okay. That'll do. I want to try the cracked deep slate tiles. Oh, I can't turn that into anything. Damn it. It doesn't do anything. So if you turn your deep slate tiles into the cracked variant, it's just stuck. Damn it. There isn't a cracked deep slate tile. There isn't a cracked deep slate stair. It's just as is. Such a disappointment. Okay, let me put that in there. Grab this and take it with me. I'm gonna need it. You revert it by smelting it in the furnace. Can you? Revert? Are you sure it's not, you smelt it and that's what cracks it? I'm gonna go check that. That's vital. I need to know. Are you sure about that? Okay. Pull from here real fast. Okay. Cracked brick. Won't go in there. Won't go in there. It will not enter a furnace. Whereas I guarantee you that will, and if I put coal in there, it will fire it and crack it. Which is, you know, to be expected. All right, I'm just missing deep slate emerald and a bunch of deep slate coal. Never mind, it was the wrong way around. Yeah, I thought that was the case. But thanks for trying, universe, and I appreciate it. Oh well. Maybe one day Mojang will let us play with them interchangeably. All right, now we get to do detailing. Oh, I love this part. Spawn isn't sending their best. Hey, Alpha Libre. Trolls tend to troll on the stream bridge. What's the stream bridge? Oh, it tells you not a new bit building. I'm so sorry, Zuper. I misread. My bad. I did not mean to misread. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to slab everything, and that should be good. Live stream. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Ah, hello, Crippling Depression 69. What happened to something he's been inactive lately? That fit. Okay, that stupid heart thing is in the way. So when you said fit, that heart really, like, covered it up. God, I wish they wouldn't put that there. Fucking YouTube, I tell you. Fit is on Twitch doing stuff. I don't really pay attention to what he's doing or why. I just know that he does. Can't wait until the next User World stream show off your world. Oh, good. Yeah, I can't wait to see it either. I try not to see him ahead of time. I want to have my reaction be organic. So, you know. You were the guy asking about the conversion from Bedrock, aren't you? Oh no, new 1.20.1 testing build released. Okay, this is just future stuff, not anything super relevant, but all right, fixed TPS and ping in the HUD on 2B2T. Oh my god, my ping and the TPS will finally be accurate. You guys can't see it because the chat box is blocking it, but like it's never been accurate. It's always annoying. Oh wow, a bunch of shader related things were fixed. Wow. Okay. Maybe I'll be ready to show some of that stuff off at a later date. But still no fix or change to the interaction with the smithing table. I guess that's like a core 1.20.1 thing, because obviously the code changed in 1.20. So like that may not be fixable in the standard sense. You know what I mean? So it may just be that we don't get the smithing table access until 1.20 itself properly shows up. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna need to go and get more ender pearls. Nope. Come on, come on. There we go. I love the look of things underwater in this shading pack. It's so good. Gives me this sort of like, it's this misty vibe. I don't know. Oh, that reminds me, speaking of shaders, what was it called? Rethinking Voxels, that was it. Did they finally get stuff polished? Okay. Maybe. All right, for Iris 1.19 to 1.20 on June the 10th. It's fairly recent. It's an alpha build, but it's not terrible. Let's try Rethinking Voxels. I wanna see how that looks. I haven't looked at Rethinking Voxels in a hot minute. Okay, let me open La Shader Pack. Okay, throw that in there. Here we go. All right, let's apply it and see. I'm curious to see how this will change things. It makes dark stuff really dark, though, from what I remember. I might have to tweak it. It looked really cool on Space Dock 3 last time I played with it. Can't wait until the next user world. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow, that really did. How does this look? Ooh. Not bad. Let's turn the clouds off. No? Atmosphere, sun, moon, horizon. Oh, clouds. Here we go. Default style. Clouds off. There we go. Wow. You know, rethinking voxels is not bad. Oh wow, I love how the ocean glows from all the light sources. That's not bad, honestly. It's not bad. Still has some trouble with, like, viewing things with shaders on. I'm pretty sure that's a client issue that Future may or may not fix. I don't know. No. Let's go back to complementary. I like complementary better. People say to you in real life that you're good at building, but then when you compare yourself to what you see on the internet, you don't think you're all that good. That's a normal reaction. You will always kind of be blown away by other people's stuff. But you know your own stuff inside and out. To a random person who's only just now seeing your build for like the first time, they've not lived the sort of journey that you have while building it. And so to other people, it seems a fantastical, you know, amazing thing. Wait a minute. Something's not right, lighting-wise. Did I pick the wrong one? I think I picked the wrong one. No, this one's even darker. Okay, I did have the right one then. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit brighter. Try not to make it so dark you can't see what's going on. What's a mob I'd like to see added to the game? Something that would give us infinite sand, but is respawnable. Because the ability to get sand anywhere from, like, I don't know, preferably a passive mob that you could tame or something. Something that would give you a really easy access, you know, no questions asked, source of sand. Sand is a very annoyingly limited resource, but it's not like so limited that you can't do anything with it. Like you can duplicate it. Sand feels like the last resource Mojang has yet to really address. So I don't know, a sand chicken or some shit. It would lay eggs and it would give you sand. I don't know. Something passive that you could transport easily, that you could tame with relative little effort, and would allow you to just freely get sand as you see fit. That would be really cool. Give it a utility. Give it a cool look or something cute. I don't know, whatever people are into. And just go from there. I don't think we need another boss mob or a monster of some kind that we need to defend against or worry about. I think it's more a matter of we need mobs that are good utility mobs. Mussels. Ha! This base is going to be sick. Oh, I know it is. Maybe a sort of fossil sheep that has sand instead of wool that only spawns in the deserts. That's actually really dope, Copperator. Thank you. That is a wonderful idea. Dockham said in the Sons of Sands for his Hermitcraft base, he tried to dupe it, but never didn't like that, so he was forced to mine it, and it's so much work. Exactly. If you want to make something out of sandstone, heaven forbid you want to make something out of red sandstone. That will be Herculean. You will be somewhat preoccupied with mining, digging sand for the next 10 years. If you wanted to do that. I'm firmly in the style of it, yeah. Baritoning a desert. Yeah, but what happens when you run out of desert? Then you got a giant ugly sandstone pit. Well, what if you want all the sandstone? Well, then you got a giant stone pit. Yeah, tools aren't the issue. But that's not what I'm saying. Like, you will just decimate the land for no reason. So, I mean, I guess. Sure. But, do you want to have to do that? I think a mob, like Operator said, a sand sheep, it would eat grass, and in exchange, you would get sand instead of wool. That would be really dope. That would go a long way toward fixing this problem, which is a problem that's been around for a good 10 years now. How do I get the sand for TNT? How do I get the sand for concrete powder? How do I get the sand for sandstone? How do I get the sand for this, that, the other? Whatever other problems you may have. Glass. Before villagers were overhauled and you could buy glass from them. Oh my god. You didn't want to have to ever need a ton of glass for any project because you weren't going to get it. At least not without 20, 30 something hours of digging. Well, just because you can buy glass from villagers doesn't mean the problem itself is solved, and it isn't. So, clearly, you know, I want to see a mob that actually does something. Is that asking too much? I know this is Mojang we're talking about here, but... Oh god. Please, no. No, wait. It fixed itself. Oh god, it's going spotty again. No, why are you doing that? Internet, I loved you. You were doing so well. Oh. Okay, it's stopping. It's going back to normal. Now it's going up and down again. Fuck. Well, if my net's gonna be shitty from here on out, I'm just gonna lay the remaining of these slabs. What's my ping at? It's 52. Ping's not bad. So my connection's not taking a hit, just the connection to YouTube. Fuck. Why? Why? Your brain works in weird ways, like some cases you think of a really genius idea while others you fail to cut. Yeah. That's how most people are. It has to do with what you're doing in life, where your mindset is, how well nourished you are. Are you well rested? Are you hydrated? Are you hungry or not? Are you under emotional duress? That kind of thing. There will be times where you will be firing on all cylinders, and there will be times where you'll be like, huh? What? That's why I've been drinking tea all stream. This tea is very caffeine. And high caffeine means brain fire good. At least for me. And good thing I don't have to go to school in the morning. So I can afford to stay up till midnight or later. I don't have to worry about the caffeine affecting me so badly. It will affect me, it just won't be that big of a deal. And so on and so forth. So, like, yeah, your ability to think is heavily dictated by your body's condition. What kind of condition are you in at the moment? And those can be hard factors to get under control, you know? A fossilized sand sheep with red sand and gravel variants would give value to otherwise forgettable biome. It'd be neat to have them breeding tool be a dead bush. Oh my god, that'd be great. Dead bushes. Name a more useless, more undercared for, underutilized, by and large worthless thing. They could return the old desert mobs in the previous vote. Maybe. The problem is that makes too much sense. So I don't know. Regurgitate sand every once in a while. That would be nice. But I don't know, man. Again, that makes a little too much sense. IMO. But we'll see. We'll see if Mojang ever bothers to tackle. What, Ellie? She wants out of my room now. Anyway, we'll see if Mojang ever bothers to tackle the sand issue or not. It's one of the most basic necessities and resources that you will be using lots of that is not readily available. All right, hold on. She wanted out really, really badly, apparently. Anyway, we brainstorm mob ideas that are actually interesting here. Yes, exactly. I feel bad because I know that no idea that comes out on this live stream or any live stream will ever be utilized. So if we do even slightly a halfway good job, it's painful because you know it's just dust in the wind. It doesn't ever matter. Oh yeah, this is recent realization, but RIP, turning on flight and getting rubber banded before you fell. Yeah, you can't use flight to save yourself. If you're falling to your death, you can't rubber band back on top of things any longer. But that's not been a thing for a while, so... oh well. Also, you've got Elytra now, so that's not even really that important, because you can just use an Elytra to not die, provided you're, you know, being careful. Damn it. Okay, well, my net is going to be a little spotty from here on out. And, you know, we've been doing this for 2 hours. We got the stupid thing. Chest stream? What do you mean chest stream? You mean chess? Yeah, okay, I was about to say chest. Yeah, a mob like that would be great. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But, oh well. Anyway, so we got a lot done. Overall, we're, I'd say we're like 60% done with the blank slate. And by blank slate, I mean having the area prepped and, you know, divvied up into just the right look. I gotta do the floor, drain the remaining water above the floor so that the floor is dry. I've got to fill in these outer areas and then fill down, or build down. Where's the section? It's over here, I think. Build down the skirt that goes underwater to make the build look more complete. And then I can start putting buildings inside and around the edges and stuff. Which means I'll have to delete and destroy sections of wall, but, you know, that's fine. I think that'll be really cool. And then once I've got that, we can carve the channels throughout the central floor and do a bunch of like tiered sort of waterfalls. Really cool stuff like that. I'm going to make the shrines for all the YouTube members. And then I'm going to make the giant floating fortress Space Valk 1 inspired thing. It'll be really, really, really awesome. I promise. Pinky swear. Cross my heart and hope to stream again on tomorrow. Actually, I may just stream 2B2T again tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I want to kind of get a really big, huge look at this place. Sort of like that. And then let me up render distance to have everything be properly caught. Okay, cool. So I'm going to take that as a screenshot and use that. and then a second one without the shaders, just to compare. Okay, well, we're slowly building it up there on the sides. It's a very tiny it's a very tiny little section, but you know, it's getting there. Eventually, this will all sweep across and connect everything up. It's gonna be dope. And then that'll be that for the time being. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out and giving me a moment of your time. I greatly appreciate it. I think the stream, I think it's iron. No, it's still not kind of ironed out. It's still kind of going up and down. I can't really help it. Oh well. All right. Well, at any rate, guys, I greatly appreciate y'all giving me a moment of your time. Make sure to hit the subscribe notification bell thingy. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell next to it. That's it. You know, follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. It's all down below, etc., etc. It's all good. You all will get to see this place shape up. Oops, let me turn my shaders back on. There we go. And then also, I should probably plug this just a little bit more often. Make sure to join the membership if you want to support the channel more directly. You will get a signed book from me on 2B2T. You will have a wonderful little garden / shrine thing dedicated to you. It will be incorporated into the base itself. So it'll be up on the walls somewhere. There will be, you know, big wide areas here that will be used for building. These are going to be turned into platforms. I'll probably put more shrines on here. Bigger, larger buildings with lots of nice internal stuff. You know, stuff like that. If you support me, you will get immortalized in the base as a whole, basically. So yeah, I think it'll be nice. Yeah, much better than Doc's perimeter. So yeah, it looks like a flower. Yeah, that was a bit of the design that I took inspiration from, the lotus flower. But at any rate, that's all stuff we will worry about another day. Y'all have a great evening. I will catch y'all later. Goodbye.